the effect on the blood and the red blood cells and the blood vessels. Right? So having this EFT applied also helps normalizes the pH of the blood. Right? When you talk about pH, you must always remember the pH of the blood is very, very strictly controlled by your body, because it's very essential for survival. Right? When people say you have acidic blood, right? It is just an impression, meaning it is not correct if you go actually check the person's blood. If I check every one of your blood today, every one of you, maybe more than 100 people here, all your blood pH will be within this range, and that is not acidic. Right? Even the one who has just had an acidic meal, okay, so that blood level, pH level, is slightly alkaline, and that is the normal healthy level. The moment you start deviating from this, then the body will quickly restore it to this. But how does it restore? In your body there are spare acid and alkaline, we call buffers. Alright? So it is these buffers, right, that are used up, and therefore the cells and the tissues and the organs are the ones that suffer. When you check the blood, normal. Right? But the rest outside the blood system usually become more acidic, because usually the problem is the tendency to become acidic. Right? So when we say that your body is acidic, and then somebody say, no, I just checked my blood, pH is normal, right? Then what you're saying is not necessarily wrong. What you're implying is the rest of the body is acidic, not the blood. Then you must understand this, because if you check the blood, it's always this range. Only the ones start failing, the organs start failing, then they become acidic, meaning they start being less than this, and the body cannot restore or run out of buffers, then surely guaranteed is the start of the death process. Okay, the moment this pH cannot be maintained is the beginning of the death process. So how important it is to maintain this, and EFT can help the body maintain this pH. It also reduces the clumping of the red blood cells. I'll mention more about that. Okay, and when that happens with the red blood cells, then earlier on we're talking about the cells being able to absorb oxygen. Now we're talking about the red blood cells being able to absorb more oxygen, because the red blood cells take the oxygen not for its own function, but to carry and deliver to other cells. So the red blood cells, now that they are unclumped, then they can flow better in the small arteries called arterioles, and in the capillaries, and the small veins called venules. Right? So this, and also the EFT also does one thing very special. You know, our heart, in our body, the heart's role is to pump blood out. Right? But is there another pump pumping the blood back? Ta-da! Right? Have you ever thought about that? Yeah, there's only blood being pumped out. There's no pump sending the blood back in. That's one I want you to think. Number two, since the blood is moved through a pumping system, whenever the heart pumps, then the blood will be moving fast. Right? But when the heart is not pumping, the heart is pump, then it has to relax. And pump, relax, pump, relax. What happens when it's relaxing? There's no blood flow. Okay? So there is blood flow, but at a much slower rate. That's why your blood pressure is, the blood pressure of pumping is systolic, but when the heart relaxes, is it zero or not? No. If it's zero, then no flow. Now you understand the meaning why the blood pressure, the two figures, the bottom one is never zero. Right? The heart is relaxing, but it's not zero. Meaning, even though it's relaxing, some pressure is maintained. So there is flow. Otherwise, kita berdiri sekejap gelap, sekejap cerah, sekejap gelap, sekejap got blood, stop, got blood, stop. Okay. But you know that this flow goes and then slow down. You know when you cut an artery, you can see you spurt, come out, spurt. But when you cut a vein, it does not happen. It does not spurt. It's true or not? It just trickles out. Okay. So the pressure in the arteries, right, follows what's in the heart. That's why when you check the blood pressure, actually you're checking the pressure in the arteries, so you get the reading. Right? But the fact that there's a difference in the reading means there's different pressure. There's also different flow during the two phases. Okay. So what's so special about electric field therapy? So the further away from the heart, and as the blood vessels start getting down and down and down and down and down, it's more critical, right? It's more critical that the cells get the blood flow all the time, not sekejap ada, sekejap tak ada. Alright, outside here, closer to the heart is fast and slow, fast and slow, fast and slow. But where it matters, right, where the blood is being distributed to the cells cannot sekejap ada oxygen, sekejap tak ada, or sekejap high oxygen, sekejap low, sekejap high, sekejap low. You want to have high oxygen all the time. Right. For that to happen right at the end of the passage, right, the small artery is called arteriole. It has small smooth muscles, right. At the time that the pressure, the heart is relaxing, that the pressure is lower and the flow is slower, the small muscles in the arteriole, it helps push. You get my picture? All right. Right now, if you just rely on the heart, the flow will be high, low, not zero, but still low. Right? But the smooth muscle in the arterioles, during the low time, it helps push forward so that it maintains like this. In your capillaries, those who are healthy, the flow is quite maintained. And guess what? EFT, increased arterial endothelial muscle activity, improves flow from intermittent to smooth. Alright? So this is some of the ways how this therapy helps improve health. So the result of better flow, better oxygen supply availability because of the non-clumping of the red blood cell, and also, okay, because the red blood cells now are just single and not clumped, they also can move faster with the help of the arterial muscle. So there's definitely increased circulation. End result, you have increased oxygen in the capillaries, which means better oxygen in the cells and the tissues.